Yes, you found it. This is the ultimate chicken wings recipe. You don't have to search or Google anything else. Welcome to Bee's Cooking with Love channel. So, let's cook. Yes, these are the best chicken wings out there. That they are baked in the oven. I try not to fry things too much, and they are really crispy and delicious. We need only a few spices to accomplish the mission as well. But first, we're gonna need 12 whole chicken wings. By the time they are cut up, they become 24 pieces. You have really 3 parts of the chicken wing, and you end up with the tips that you are not using. But with those tips, you can maybe throw them in and make some chicken broth. Let the knife let you be guided to find that joint that you can separate them to the 2 separate pieces. And like I said, the tips we are not using for this. You also need to start this process earlier. I would recommend to do it actually overnight because we are marinating this. And I marinated it in a half a cup of Worcestershire sauce, and a quarter cup of soy sauce, as well as juice of 1 lemon. If you don't want all that salt, maybe you can even marinate that chicken in some orange juice. But again, maybe do it in the morning if you didn't get it started the day before. And that way you really change that chicken flavor and tenderness. So like I said, that will go in the refrigerator. You probably want to put that maybe like in a bowl, just in case if your bag starts to leak. That way you're gonna avoid any kind of mess. And you do want them to be flipped around a few times, so just keep that in mind. And after that, here are our spices. We will dry up our chicken wings very thoroughly. I actually dried up those wings with paper towels individually, and then adding 2 tablespoons of flour and 1 teaspoon of a baking powder, a teaspoon of an onion powder, as well as a teaspoon of garlic powder, and half of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. You can do a 1 teaspoon if you like things more spicier, but keep it in mind we are adding also hot sauce and just some pepper as well. So the hot sauce will make things a little bit hotter as well. Depends on your palate. And again, we're gonna shake everything around just to mix it around. And the process of drying that chicken is very important. I dried them earlier, but I kind of dabbed them with some paper towels, some more before I started coating them with the mixture of spices. You want to make sure that the chickens are pretty dry. And we'll just put them all in a bag. I think the bag makes things easier to coat them pretty well. You can put it in a bowl and just mix it all around as well. I found it that the bag does the job a little bit better because you can really get into it to coat that chicken individually to make sure that it has a good coverage. Yeah, so just get rid of some air out of that bag, zip it really good, and do some shaking around. Yep. When it all looks pretty good, we are ready for our next step. We will be using pans that they are covered with foil, but we are not going to the oven yet. We are setting them to make sure that the spices, they get attached pretty well to the chicken before the next step. So we will lay the chicken and all the pieces, make sure kind of like they are not touching each other. And we'll return them into the refrigerator for about at least 30 minutes, but I would do an hour. That's better. The longer, the little bit better. The coating kind of adheses itself to the parts of your chicken. Okay? And do not skip that step. That is very important. Yep. I got a helper. Here is Nala. And today we have Nala. Once the chicken is ready, we will add 1/4 cup of butter and 1/4 cup of hot sauce I used. If you like things hotter, you could go up to a 1/2 cup. And again, toss things around, but a little bit gentler this time. You might want to even do it in a bowl. Another thing, do not skip cooking spray on your foil. The chicken will like to get stuck. I used non-sticking foil and I still used the cooking spray. And I separated on each pan the different parts of the chicken just in case if I had it, I had to take one of them sooner because the drumettes, they are a little bit bigger. But I really didn't have to. I actually ended up cooking them all at the same time. They look pretty good, but just in case. So they are ready to go to the oven, and we are cooking on 425 Fahrenheit, 218 Celsius for whoever uses that. And just be patient. It's all worth it. About 20 minutes into a cooking, you might want to be checking things around. Once it has a nice color, you want to flip all the pieces around. We want to make sure that both sides, they have a nice color from the oven. And things like baking soda, actually, believe it or not, that's what helps to have them be a little bit crispier. And another 15-20 minutes later, you might need to maybe broil them a little bit if you want for an extra color. I didn't have to. Here we are. And it is truly, truly amazing. This is really the best chicken wings I have ever made. And I've tried different recipes. Yep, some celery sticks, blue cheese dressing. If you want, you can even double some chives in the dressing. They not only have a nice color, but it's additional little zing. But look, all that yumminess. And Super Bowl or not, this is a recipe to go. Don't Google anything anymore. You found it, and you don't have to deep fry them. So I hope you're gonna enjoy this recipe as much as we did. If you end up having any leftovers, they are great the second day as too, maybe even better. So thank you for watching. We'll see you next time with the next recipe.